A good way to improve your mental health and just overall well-being throughout life is to learn about your virtues, your top virtues. And virtues are something that the Stoic philosophers and Greek philosophers really preached and talked about a lot. And those 6 virtues, the 6 main virtues are wisdom, courage, transcendence, humanity, justice, and temperance. I think that's it. Yeah, those 6. And then there's 24 sub-virtues. I'm not going to go into those. But if you're feeling inspired and you want to learn about it, there's a website I'm going to put in the description. And you take a little survey. It takes like 10 minutes, if that. And it'll tell you what your top virtues are. And it gives you all 24. It'll tell you what your weakest are and your top ones are. And when you find those virtues, you can think about how you use them in your life and how you go about day to day, thinking about how you use them, how they shape your life, and when you feel at your best, because they're your top virtues. As you answer these questions, you'll kind of feel it out and see that it's something that kind of shapes who you are as a person, what you value the most, what you value the least, and really is who you are. So whenever you learn about them, if you take the time, if you're feeling inspired by it, you take the time to actually sit and think about it, you can start using them more often in your life. And when you do that, it makes your life feel more fulfilling, and you just feel like your mental health is just better, more clear, and like you just like the world more because you start doing the things that you actually enjoy. So when you figure out how you're using them at your best, and you want to really think about at your best throughout your day, you take the time to figure out how to more deliberately and consistently start adding them into your life more often. Because whenever you do that, it's just adding up more time in your day where you're using your top virtues and you're kind of giving your gift to the world. And giving your gift to the world is that's going to be fulfilling. It's going to make you feel like you have purpose, and it'll give you a drive to wake up and go and do things because it's something that resonates with you. Yours are going to be different than mine. My top 5 virtues, or there's a very big chance you're different than mine because there's like a million different like variations of your top virtues. Not many people have the same virtues, but my top ones were, I think, humor. That was my number 1, which it was kind of surprising to me, but not really, because whenever I go about my day, whenever I think about my day, I feel the most happy and fulfilled whenever I'm with friends, or I'm smiling, I'm making my friends smile, I'm kind of joking around, teasing people, and making them laugh, making them smile. That's one of the best parts of my day. I go to the gym, I'll talk to people. Before I work out, I kind of talk and hang out and just make people smile. And that's one of the most fulfilling parts of my day. Even with strangers, I love making strangers smile. I love making strangers laugh and enhance their day. It's a big part of my personality. It's a big part of me. So that was my number 1 virtue. And I kind of, whenever I read that, I was like, I could see it. But it surprised me as my number 1. But my other ones were fairness, kindness, perspective, and love of learning. And I can see all those too. And they actually really embody me. And you can probably, if you watch my videos, you can kind of probably tell that they embody me. Because with fairness, I mean, you probably can't see that. Fairness, I don't really know how I could improve it in my life or do it more often, because I'm pretty much, I treat everybody the same. Even if I'm friends with you, I'm not friends with you. If 2 people are arguing, I know one, I don't know the other, I'm not going to just agree with my friend because he's my friend. I'm going to take into account and just choose whatever side I actually feel. So I couldn't really improve on fairness or use it more often because it's part of who I am. But kindness, I like to give. This isn't like a good example, but I'll give to the homeless every now and then. Not often, but like if I have some money in my wallet, I drive by, I'll give them some money. Nothing crazy, you know. And then my friends, I like giving my friends. I like to support my friends. If they're starting a business, I'll buy whatever their product is. Things like that. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell you why I'm kind. It's just, you get to know me to understand why I'm kind. But I'm really nice to people I don't know. I like to meet new people, and I come off as very kind. I like to think anyways. But you wouldn't know that about me. But perspective, if you watch my videos, you understand. And I'm already probably put a picture of my top 5 virtues on the screen, and it'll give a description of them all. But for perspective, it was saying that I have a good way of viewing life, and people like to come to me for advice or counsel. And I give good advice, basically, and I have a good way of understanding the world, which, I'm not saying about myself, the survey said it, so I'm not trying to like brag, but that's kind of why I like to make this YouTube channel. I get to give advice and talk about how I try to improve my life, and talk about ways that people can do it and follow me and improve their life as well with their mental health, whatever. So I make a lot of videos on that stuff and give my own advice, and I get a lot of comments saying that I give good advice and that I understand it well and I speak well about it. So making these videos is a very big fulfillment for me. I like making them, and whenever I do it throughout my day, that's typically a better day for me. I really enjoy doing it. It's like a flow state task for me, which is how I know it's something I enjoy. I get to talk and I kind of just ramble. It's really easy for me. I like to do it. I love to do it. And the days that I do it are some of my best days. So doing it more often, making more videos is a good way I can improve on that virtue myself. And then there was also the love of learning, and that's another big thing for me, which is it surprised me that I got all of these, like how accurate it was for me, because for the love of learning, pretty much every day I read books and I listen to informative podcasts. So whenever I do that, it's a very big part of my day. It makes me feel fulfilled. I'm usually very happy whenever I'm doing that. It's something that's like, I'm not thinking a lot, I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. And with reading, it's typically nonfiction, self-improvement type books where I'm learning, and I just like to learn. And whether it's about mental health, the world, just anything. I enjoy that stuff. And same with podcasts, listening to informative podcasts, listening to scientists and big influence people in like certain, I guess, categories. I love that stuff, and it's a big part of me. So whenever you're doing this, find your top virtues and you take that test, and think about how you can implement it into your life to do it more often, and also what you're already doing, and see if it actually resonates with you and it's something that you enjoy. Because whenever you get these virtues and you understand that it's a part of you, it kind of makes you appreciate it more. It's like you're grateful for it, that like you found out about it, I guess. Because I'm grateful that I found out about these things, because I can start doing it more often and improve on it, make it a better virtue. But at the same time, Aristotle, I think he's a Greek philosopher, but I mean he's like a known philosopher. You probably know as Aristotle, but he talked about virtues a lot, and he said too much of a virtue is a vice of excess, and too little of a virtue is a vice of deficiency. So let's say, so we'll use courage for example. Having too little courage makes you come off as like a coward. You have a lot of cowardice. You're scared basically. So having too little courage, you're a coward. Having too much courage, you're very rash and you just do things carelessly. So you don't want to have too much, too little of any virtue. You want to get like a nice balance. And if you can do it with all of them, you're like, perfect, I guess, fuck. You kind of want to spend your time getting a good amount of each one, because you don't want to come off as a coward. You don't want to come off as careless. You want people to respect your decisions in that sense, I guess. So if you're inspired by this, maybe take into account, take some time and think about yours, and think about how you can do it more often. Really improve your life, improve your mental health, because you'll understand what you like about the world and what you can improve on. It'll give you something to do and how to improve yourself. But if you're just kind of content, please subscribe. I make videos about self-improvement, mental health, physical health, things like that. So if you are interested, please subscribe. And if you got any goals, go make that shit happen, and I'll see you in the next video.